Okay, but the point is, enough is enough.
Yes,
okay?
that is the point. Enough is enough.
You have said on the floor, several of you have said during debate and in interviews with various of us, that a lot of these people should be back at work, that they're gaming the system. Are you confident that that is a fact, or is it just a belief?
Wait a minute. Which one of the four of us has ever said anything like that? I would like for you to tell us which one of the four of us has ever said anything remotely similar to that. Because I'm telling you that I have never uttered one single word that is even similar to that. Nothing even similar. This has never been for me, and I don't believe for any of my colleagues, an issue of whether or not any individual in Missouri is doing anything right or wrong. This is all about the government doing what's right or doing what's wrong. So if you've ever heard me say something like that, I would like to know when it was.
I think about 13 minutes ago, Senator Schaaf said it's outrageous to take money from a citizen and give it to one who isn't working but should.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty much like what he was talking about.
And I would say that...
And what percentage of those who are unemployed, Senator Schaaf, are taking money and should be working but they're not intentionally so they can take the money? Let's quantify this.
There has to be a limit at some point at which society provides help to someone when they're out of a job so that they can get an equal pay job within a reasonable amount of time, and it's always been on the order of 6 months. And sometime in the past, the government extended that to 79 weeks, and now to 99 weeks, which is 2 years, and that's too long. It's a lot easier for me, Bob, to say what's too long than to say what's just right. I know that 79 weeks is too long.
I took your original answer about 13, 14 minutes ago to stereotype a lot of people who are out of work. Now, of the numbers you say, give it to people who aren't working but should. What percentage of those who are not working should be working in your view?
But the point of it is that on unemployment, it's not that you just have to take a job. You just have to take a job that's as good as the one that you had.
So how many are you talking about?
We don't know
What
that
percentage
number.
are you talking about?
I don't know that number.
I mean,
But you know what? We do
point
know that the federal government shouldn't be sending us money they don't have.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's what
this struck me as a
about.
pretty stereotypical answer that Senator Schaaf you gave earlier. You know,
Well,
you
and I
indicate
believe
there's a
the
lot
question
of
I was
people-
responding
there's a
to
lot of people
included
out
the
there.
word gaming the system, okay? I'm specifically, my response was specifically to the phrase gaming the system. And what I'm saying is, I have never said anything of the sort. I don't think that any of my colleagues have said anything about gaming the system. What was implied by that question is that we are somehow saying that people don't deserve this or don't deserve that, or that they're doing something wrong. That is not what we're saying. We are not saying that anybody is gaming the system. And I would just appreciate it if people, when you're referring to things that we've said, now, Bob, you seem to have done it pretty accurately, but if you're going to talk about things that we've said, then make it be things that we've said.
Well, then, Senator Lemke, you said on the floor of the Senate during a debate on one of this that people are stealing from their neighbors.
You're right, I did, and I think I also said something like, you know, in some cases, individuals need to get up off the couch and go to work, right?
Right.
And you know what? You know, that's in a debate with a colleague over an issue that that many of our colleagues brought the emotional side of this issue into it, saying, "Don't you think there are Missourians out there that can use this extension?" Well, of course there are Missourians out there that can use this extension. But the fight and the battle that we're waging is about a federal government that's out of control. They're sending us money they don't have. We have no way of paying for this, and it is going to crush our nation. And so that's what this issue is about, all right? And now the Missourians that are at risk of losing these benefits, we've come to the table and said, okay, let's go over here to this pot of stimulus money, okay, and say, we will work with the governor, okay, and sit down and release those monies, okay, and for other stimulus monies that we can send that message. Like I've said all along, my goal is to shame the federal government into doing the right thing.
Last question.
If that's
Last question.
Senator Lemke, this morning you told me that you were looking at stopping